Okay guys, welcome back to the video. Today I'm going to be basically summarizing what happened in the last 2 days in the Club World Cup, the games in Group C, D, E, and F, and my predictions for Group G and H for today. For the first game on Monday, it was Chelsea versus LAFC, which ended up in a 2-1 win from Chelsea. So Chelsea won 2-0 against LAFC. Chelsea were in control from start to finish. Pedro Neto opened the scoring with a composed finish, and Enzo Fernandez added the second after a mistake in LAFC's defense. LAFC struggled to generate clear chances and looked outclassed technically. Chelsea weren't flashy, they just got the job done with a solid midfield play and sharper quality in the final third. Compared to my prediction, well, it was kind of expected. I didn't really predict the games individually, just the groups. But yeah, I kind of expected Chelsea to win that one. That's kind of how I saw that going. Other game in Group D was Flamengo versus ES Tunis. Flamengo won 2-0. Flamengo dominated from start to finish. They had like 69% possession, controlled the tempo, and barely let ES Tunis touch the ball. De Arrascaeta scored early with a clean finish, and Luis Araujo added a second to seal the result. It wasn't a high-energy game, more like a training session. ES Tunis didn't register a single shot on target. And compared to my prediction, again in my head, I didn't do the separate game match predictions, which I think I'm gonna do in this video for Group G and H. But in my head, I also expected Flamengo to win against ES Tunis. My prediction is really accurate right now for Group D. It's all correct compared to what I predicted to what is right now. So for the Benfica game, it was a 2-2 draw. Boca Juniors started strong and went up 2-0 with goals from Miguel Merentio, but Benfica came back. Angel Di Maria scored a penalty before halftime, and Otamendi equalized late with a header. The match was intense and chaotic, with 3 red cards, 2 for Boca, 1 for Benfica, including Ander Herrera, who was sent off after reportedly arguing with a security guard post-game. Compared to my predictions, also Group C for me is going strong. I think, well, this is what I expected. This is just not Bayern with 10 goal difference, but it's like exactly what I put. So that's pretty good for me. After that, we have a Fluminense versus Borussia Dortmund match, which also ended in a 0-0 draw. Fluminense dominated possession and created more chances, but just couldn't find a net. They outshot Dortmund 14-7 and looked more organized overall. The standout moment of the match was Gregor Kobel's incredible double save in the second half, which kept Dortmund alive. Dortmund played very defensively and struggled to build anything going forward, but managed to hold on a fair point. Compared to my prediction, I expected Borussia Dortmund to win. I'm gonna be honest. I feel that my prediction's still going strong and it can still happen, and I think it's probable for it to happen. Now for the Mamelodi Sundowns versus Ulsan Hyundai, Sundowns won 1-0. Kind of expected. They dominated the ball with nearly 70% possession and controlled most of the match. The only goal came from Reyners, who finished a clean move in the 25th minute. He had chances to score more, but 2 goals were ruled offside. Ulsan offered very little going forward, just 1 shot on target, and never looked like threatening the result. Compared to my predictions, Ulsan is yet last. I expect them to go last with 0 points. So I think Mamelodi Sundowns, this is really what I expected, a 1-0 win, nothing much. So that's it for Group F. For Group E, I don't think the FIFA website updated yet, because it shows that Inter has 0 points. So the current standings are actually, so the real standings are River Plate at first, Monterrey and Inter tied for second, and Urawa Reds at last. Compared to my prediction, Inter can still win all their next games, but that's about it. So the Monterrey versus River Plate game was a 1-1 draw. Sergio Ramos gave Monterrey the lead with a vintage header in the first half, his first goal for the club, and a reminder that he's still a threat at 39. Lautaro Martinez equalized for Inter just before halftime. Inter had more possession and better overall stats, but couldn't convert their control into a winner. Monterrey had defended well and looked dangerous onto the counter. Compared to my predictions, I think Inter can still win all their next games. It really doesn't matter. I think it's still gonna go Inter, River Plate, Monterrey, and Urawa Red Diamonds. Even though Monterrey could be a surprise going forward. So today the games that are going to be played are Man City versus Wydad AC, Real Madrid versus Al Hilal, Pachuca versus Red Bull Salzburg, and Al Ain versus Juventus. My predictions for these games are Man City to win against Wydad AC 2-0, Real Madrid to win against Al Hilal 3-0, Red Bull Salzburg to win against Pachuca 1-0, and Juventus to win against Al Ain 3-0. Alright, that's the recap from the last 2 days, plus my prediction for today's matches. Let me know in the comments what you think, who surprised you, who disappointed, and which teams you think are going through. Subscribe for more Club World Cup updates, and I'll be back tomorrow after today's games with another breakdown. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.